Toy House HD, Toy House HD, it's Toy House HD.
Okay, so let's start out with the background, which is the floor and the wall of the room. I have these foam cores, so I usually buy 4 of these. I go over this in depth in my other video, and I really like this baby blue, and I think this would work. So I am going to just glue these to the back. And here's one of the walls that I just did. Oh, and for the floors, I'm going to use these scrapbook paper. I really like the color of this wood. I think it goes really well with blue. So I'm going to use these as the hardwood floor. Now I'm just going to glue this part down. So I did another one of these walls, and I temporarily put the 2 pieces together. So I saw on Pinterest that there are these cute lanterns that look like jellyfish, and I thought that that would be perfect for a mermaid room. So I just thought to myself, how can I make that same thing in a miniature scale? So what I did is I found the smallest lanterns, paper lanterns that I could find, and unfortunately the smallest one is about 4 inches. And you can buy these online, or I know at Target they sell the lantern with the lights in already. But I just found a couple of colors resemble the mermaid theme, like purple, blue, and sea green. Okay, I'm just gonna make one of these just to show you. So this one's a light blue, and I have a light blue tissue paper. And really all I did is that I folded the tissue paper into small squares so that when I cut it, there's a bunch of different sheets. All I'm gonna do is cut circles. Now I have a bunch of spirals, and all I'm gonna do is to glue them to the bottom of this lantern opening. So let me just, and tissue paper do pretty well with just regular Elmer's glue, so that's what I'm gonna use, and that's it. I'm just gonna glue a few more. You can see that this is like the easiest jellyfish lantern ever. Now for some of these furniture, I'm just gonna use this dresser from the dollar store. I want to paint these shelves different shades of blue. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm gradually making them lighter, not really light blue. Okay, so I ended up painting the top and the bottom white, but here's what it looks like when it's all dry. And I happen to have the same desk and chair. I've already used this before in another room, but I'm gonna reuse them in this one and paint it to match the blue. Okay, so I changed my mind. I painted the tops of the chair and the table white to match with this. I think that looks a little better. For the bed, I have this bed. I'm just going to change this later. And I found these rhinestone stickers from Michael's. They're only like $1.50. So I think I can cover this design up with these pearls. That would kind of go with the mermaid theme. Okay, I did my best to cover up most of this with pearls. And I'm just going to take this mattress and I'm just going to rip off what I had earlier. I think this was Pineapple Lily's bed. I have 2 things. I printed out this fish pattern, and I think I'm going to use this as the bed sheets. And I also printed out this fish scale for, I think, the comforter. So this is printed on cloth. This is like a special paper. I'm just going to cover this mattress up, and maybe I'll save a little bit to make a pillow. You just glue it to the back. Okay, now that I have my mattress and bed sheets, I'm just going to put it back in here. That's a nice mermaid bed. Okay, now for the comforter. It'll be approximately this big. And I'm just going to use this piece of felt for the back of the comforter. So what I'm going to do is place this upside down, and I'm just going to sew the shape of the comforter or duvet, and then flip it inside out like you would do sewing a pillow. Okay, I don't know if this will make sense to you, but I'm just going to sew a square with a little bit of opening so I can like flip this inside out. So okay, so now it's a little bit easier to explain. So I just sewed this square with a little bit of opening. Now I'm gonna cut off all this extra fabric. Let's see. Let's flip this inside out. Oh, it's like the world's smallest blanket. Okay, it kind of fits. And if you notice, I only have 2 walls so far, but for the 3rd wall, I printed the same fish scale again. And I think I'm gonna make a 3rd wall that looks like just this pattern, but just one of the walls will have this, so it's not too like overwhelming. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue this to the last foam core, and I will show you in a bit. Okay, so here's what it looks like so far. It's still a little bit bare. So let's put these lanterns up. I know these lanterns look gigantic, but good thing we have a huge room. And I know these are like huge lanterns, but this is literally the smallest one I could find. And all I have to do is secure this to the top. And you know what? This might be a little too big, so let's trim it down. So let's just make this a little bit smaller. Oops. Okay, so here's the bed, and here are the giant jellyfish lanterns. I didn't have a fish net, so I kind of made my own out of twine on this skewer. And it turned out pretty well, so I think I'm gonna use this as like a wall decoration. So I just pinned it up with 2 thumbtacks. And I have a bunch of little starfish. You get this at the craft store. So you might just put some here. I got some charms. And put these on the wall somewhere. I think this thing's gonna look so cool. And then I have this aquarium seaweed. I like the pop of purple because this is like all blue. So I think I'm gonna turn this into a houseplant. And a really cool thing is I found this on eBay. This is a keychain. And how perfect! It's a sequin mermaid tail. I know it's kind of weird to just have half the body, but since this is a keychain, I thought it would be so cute to use this as like a body pillow. And here's the other one I got. Now let's add a couple of little toys for some inspiration. There's little Sebastian. Okay guys, if things look different to you, that's because I got a new camera in the middle of filming this. So I thought I would switch over because I think the quality is like way sharper so you guys can see better what I'm doing. I also got this trim for $1.50. This is at like the $1.50 bin at Michael's. And this is just like a sticker. So I thought this might be cool to use as a baseboard. Okay, I'm just gonna do the same thing on this side. Okay, next I got these really cool seashell lights. You guys know I love my string lights. And these are battery operated. Okay, so I'm just gonna string this around the room. I just use a thumbtack. I got this other idea from Pinterest to make a purple canopy over the bed. And I think I could just use like some tulle that I had here. And I think that would be really cute. And it would just like balance out the blue with the purple. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is add this strip of tulle. You can get this from any fabric store. I think you can even get this from Walmart. So I have a bunch of them bunched up here. Just going to use a rubber band. Now I'm gonna cut the loops. I'm just gonna hang it from the ceiling. And there's your canopy. Okay, next I have this treasure chest. This is in wood, so it's like really easy to paint. I had this turquoise blue and this green, which I mixed together to make this really pretty turquoise. So this is gonna be a little mermaid treasure chest. I'm just going to roughly paint it. Now I got my glue gun and a couple of stars. I think I'm gonna do one here. That looks pretty cool. And I have some of my leftover pearls. I think these are perfect. Let's put them here. Okay, so I think that's it for our little treasure chest. It's pretty easy. You can put all these other mermaid clothes, these mermaid tops, little toy turtle. We'll put all that stuff inside for our little mermaid. Fish, aquarium, plants, it's artificial. I have this little burlap bag, so I think I'm just gonna use this as a kind of like a flower pot. I'm just gonna take this, wrap this bottom just to cover up the bottom, and I think I'm just gonna use some twine. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. Next, I'm just going to make a little poster. This is another idea that I found online. This is just a piece of foam core and I just cut out like a poster size. Maybe I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna use purple to make it stand out more. And I use foam core because it's thick. Okay, now I'm gonna let that dry. Now, since this is dry, I have this gold pen. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I added some fish here. I don't know if that really looks like fish, but I'm gonna use my trusty glue gun. I'm gonna line it up right here. It's kind of centered. Cool! I think it's starting to look like a room. And now I'm just gonna glue some more miscellaneous. I can add a little clip, and maybe I'll put a picture on there later, or a mini picture. I think these are like charms you can get from Michael's to make necklaces. We put one right there. Okay, so this is what I have so far. And here's our little mer cake. I think this is about it. Let me turn off this light. Oh, so that's what it looks like at night. So hopefully this has like a nice little under the sea vibe. Since I didn't put any windows in here, I hope this isn't too like claustrophobic. I love my little jellyfish, they're so adorable. I'm deciding if I should like put little lights in there or not. But I think it looks okay for now. And life is better under the sea. And if you made it this far in the video, I just wanted to say Happy New Year. And just to let you guys know, since you guys have been so loyal to me, I promise I'll do more videos this year. Although I do want to do more DIY and room tours. But for those of you that are wondering why I wasn't making a lot of videos last year, is I guess the simplest way to say is I just needed to take a break and have some recharge. To tell you the truth, I didn't want to keep making videos if I felt really tired or if I was just pushing out ideas. And I hope we have a great new year. I hope you enjoyed this mermaid room. And as always, thank you. Bye.
Toy House HD, Toy House HD, it's Toy House HD. Comment, like, and share, and subscribe before you go. Toy House HD, Toy House HD, it's Toy House